Trump's big, beautiful budget for 2020 through 2026 has dropped from Mike Johnson's announcement. Welcome to the Doug TenNapel channel. We're here in Exile.
With my girls, hey, drinking with my boys, hey, phones in the air, now click, selfie, phones in the air, now click, selfie, phones in the air, now click, selfie.
I'm so happy you found us. I hope you are finding us, and I hope you'll join us. If you're in the Quad Club, that means you watch 4 videos a day. Put Quad Club down in the chat below, and we'll know that you're someone who watches 4 videos a day. Quad Club, Speaker Mike Johnson. We're here from Tom Cotton. We're going to get a little bit of heat from Margie Taylor Greene on this too. And I just think by the end of this video, you'll totally understand the lay of the budget land. Here's Speaker Mike Johnson on Twitter. President Trump's proposed budget is a bold blueprint that reflects the values of hardworking Americans and the commitment to American strength and prosperity. True. Our country cannot continue to bear the hard consequences of years of runaway spending under Democrat leadership, and this budget makes it clear that fiscal discipline is non-negotiable. President Trump's plan ensures every federal taxpayer dollar spent is used to serve the American people, not a bloated bureaucracy or partisan pet projects. Well said. House Republicans stand ready to work alongside President Trump. I think that's being optimistic. Implement a responsible budget that puts America first. This budget also reflects the critical role the one big, beautiful bill will play in securing our border and strengthening our national security. This proposal promises the American people that their government is finally listening, leading with common sense, and restoring principles of good governance. Okay, so that's the big Mike Johnson selling point. Has he convinced you yet? By the way, this is going to propose a 13% increase in what we spend on military, and that is dividing a lot of MAGA because there's a lot of isolationists in MAGA. So we're going to get into some of that heat too. First, here's the office management and the budget from the White House. Today, the president released fiscal year 26 discretionary budget request. I'm just going to give you a few of these comments down below because it has some bullet points from the White House on what it entails. The budget reduces non-defense discretionary spending by $163 billion. That's 23%. It guts weaponized deep state and provides historic increases for defense and border security. Provides support for air and rail safety, infrastructure, nation's veterans. I could go into that. This is the lowest non-defense spending level since 2017. And I think 2017 was pretty bad. So even though this is the lowest since then, we could cut even more. Savings come from eliminating radical DEI and CRT programs, the Green New Scam funding, eliminating weaponization, and promoting federalism. Defense spending would increase by 13%. I think that's good. Okay, I'm going to tell you my opinion on it. There's going to be a lot of flack about this one, including from Margie Taylor Greene, because people feel like we're funding forever wars by increasing our defense spending. And I think our military's been gutted. And appropriations for Department of Homeland Security would increase by nearly 65%. That's a huge increase, but that's because Trump, as you know, is working on the border. That means we have to help support that. And that's going to increasing ICE agents, Border Patrol agents, even some of the military work we've done on the border increase. Ensuring that we have the resources to end the border invasion. This will be made possible through the passing of President Trump's big, beautiful bill. Okay, now you can read this budget yourself, and I should put it down in the description below if I remember. Now, here's some of the fallout. Look at this. For wanting to get out of foreign wars, a 13% increase in defense doesn't quite jive with that. We all know this budget is dead on arrival. Congress will never spend less discretionary spending. 23% cut to non-defense. Awesome. 13% Increase in defense, not so much. We already spent more on defense than any of the next nine countries combined. Surely that's enough to secure our border and increase deportations. These are all isolationists. They don't want a strong military. I'm sorry. I want a overwhelming, strong military that the entire world is terrified of. And I think it's been gutted, and we have to start building it back up. Okay, a lot of people are not going to be happy that the defense spending is increasing. For those people, try to keep in mind the Department of Defense is massively behind in technology right now. The only way to fix this is a modernized system, is to get it done with the help of Doge. Iron Dome for USA, not cheap. I trust our government more now than ever that the money sent to defense will actually be spent appropriately, and that's true. And it is not time to starve these places now that it's on Trump's watch. Starve them out on Democrats when they waste their money. Don't starve them out on Trump when he's going to finally build back up our military. We have some major stuff to build up. That's my comment. We're going to get into Margie Taylor Greene demolishing this in a minute. But here is Tom Cotton. Our warfighters and commanders must have intelligence they need to stay ahead of global threats. I'm working to ensure the entire defense intelligence enterprise remains accountable and mission focused.
Oversight. Can you commit to working with me on this committee and on the Intelligence Committee to ensure that we improve INS's enterprise governance to meet the defense, to make sure that the defense intelligence agencies are providing the intelligence that all of our warfighters need?
Yes, Senator, I absolutely can.
Thank you. Do you share that assessment, that it seems like oftentimes they're kind of all going off in their own direction?
Senator, I share your concerns in that regard, and what I can commit to you is, if confirmed for this position, I would place an emphasis on ensuring that the entire defense and intelligence and security enterprise remains responsive, particularly to combatant commanders and the warfighters, to ensure that they're well positioned to deal with global threats.
Thank you.
So this is a hearing. That guy is joining the team as a Trump appointment, or a Tom Cotton appointment anyways. And so Tom Cotton's on board with this. He's a military man, of course. Here's Margie Taylor Greene with some heat. She's furious, and we love Margie Taylor Greene. I think she represents a whole lot of MAGA. She says, I represent the base. And when I'm frustrated and upset over the direction of things, you better be clear. The base is not happy. She's speaking on behalf of MAGA. I campaigned for no foreign wars, and now we're supposedly on the verge of going to war with Iran. I don't think we should be bombing foreign countries on behalf of other foreign countries. That is, she's talking about Israel, especially when they have their own nuclear weapons and massive military strength. On top of that, now we're told that we have signed a deal for mineral rights in Ukraine, which we did a video on that already, in order to pay us back for the hundreds of billions of dollars that we gave to Ukraine and they used for money laundering, sold weapons. We gave them to our enemies, and their leader is a dictator who canceled elections, was involved in the first impeachment of Trump and campaigned for Biden. That's Zelensky she's talking about. Didn't we learn our lesson when we went to war in Iraq and killed Saddam Hussein because of weapons of mass destruction? Did we ever find any? And did any of the oil over in the Middle East make us rich? The answer is no. We're $36 trillion in debt today. So why on earth would we go over and occupy Ukraine and spend an untold amount of future American tax dollars defending and mining their minerals, as well as potentially putting American lives at risk and a future war? I think this goes to show what I said about that deal is I think this is how Trump's going to end the war, by putting our mining over there, and then Putin won't be bombing. It's a risk. It's a strategy. But now he's getting heat from Margie Taylor Greene. Why don't we just mine our own rare minerals that are tied up on federal lands and the government confiscated years ago? Now, that's true. There's probably more rare minerals here than in Ukraine. Okay, so I'm just going to pass up all this kind of COVID stuff, but overall, she doesn't like it. Here's a weird agreement. Shank Yuger from the Fine Young Turks agrees with her. Obviously, I disagree with most of what Margie Taylor Greene has to say. But left-wing and right-wing populists should unite on one thing: no more wars, and definitely no war with Iran. It's not our business. Let Israel and Saudi Arabia deal with it. Why do we have to fight their wars for them? Well, Israel's an ally, an important one tactically, in that they're our stronghold in the entire Middle East, the only linear Western democracy that's even close to being like, they call it Little America. Now, I don't think that means that we have to go to war with Iran on their behalf, but if Iran gets nuclear bombs, they're going to launch one on Israel. So are we going to just do nothing about it? Are we isolationists going, you know what? If Iran nukes and wipes Israel, they call it a one-bomb state, by the way. If they wipe Israel off the face of the earth and they get their dream, you're going to say we're not going to respond at all? I think that's not wise. But here's Margie Taylor Greene on Shank Yuger. I'm glad we're able to find common ground. And this represents, I think, the way that populism is going. You end up having strange allies and strange bedfellows. Look at all the former Democrats in Trump's administration. Look how the middle came over to Trump. Minority voters came over to Trump. Traditional Democrats are coming to Trump. And here you find strange common ground between Margie Taylor Greene and Shank Yuger, a Democrat. They both agree no foreign wars. That's a very popular sentiment among a whole lot of Americans. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. Do you approve of a 13% increase in military spending in this budget? It's a yes or no question. I don't want to ever jump you for giving your opinion in our chat below. I don't want the rest of the audience to jump you either. Quad Club doing 4 videos today. This is where the happy patriots are. I'm glad you're watching. I'm Doug in exile.